David the Bullet Smith Jr. has been shot out of a cannon over 5,000 times, with almost no permanent injuries to show for it. Although 5,000 times, in my mind, is too many. He holds the world record for the longest distance achieved at an incredible 200 feet. Ex-Swiss Air Force pilot Yves ROSSY fell from 2,600 feet using only the contraption that he'd spent a whole 5 years crafting and designing. With 4 jet engines and retractable wings, he soared through the Alps at nearly 200 miles per hour before using a parachute to land it safely. What a dude! Rick MEISEL made a laundry day extreme when he entered a washing machine clad in 6 pairs of handcuffs and 2 leg irons. The machine tumbled a few times, nearly drowning him, before he miraculously managed to escape, some sort of soapy demise. Actor Jackie Chan does all of his own stunts. Unfortunately for him, this meant sliding down 21 stories worth of slanted glass whilst filming Who Am I in 1997. Chan has sustained many injuries from his acting career, but walked away from this stunt scratch-free. EVEL KNIEVEL had always wanted to jump the Grand Canyon, but after the US government refused, he settled for the Snake River Canyon in 1974. KNIEVEL failed to make it to the other side on his sky cycle due to a prematurely deployed parachute, but he landed safely in the canyon below. While his father, EVEL KNIEVEL, was unable to ever do the jump, his son Robbie would go on to fulfill his dream in 1999. Robbie cleared over 228 feet of the Grand Canyon with his motorcycle and landed safely, only to break his leg in the following crash. Australian marathon swimmer Jenny PALFREY swam for 40 hours through the shark-infested waters of the Cayman Islands in 2011. She was immediately taken to hospital for severe dehydration and muscle tearing after arriving on shore, but survived the stunt with no long-term damage. Lucky. Alain Robert, otherwise known as the French Spider-Man, climbs incredibly tall buildings for sport without any kind of safety nets, climbing apparatus or support. His most recent venture saw him scale the 183-metre high Abu Dhabi Investment Authority building in just 63 minutes. Philippe Petit shocked the world in 1974 when he walked a tightrope between the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. Philippe made the stunt look easy, but he was arrested immediately after the stunt, as it was illegal. However, all charges were dropped a few days later. Gary CONNERY did the impossible when he became the first man to skydive from 2,400 feet without a parachute. His wingsuit glided briefly before plummeting directly into a landing strip made of roughly 18,000 cardboard boxes. Rather you than me, mate. Strongman Tom Owens took up the ultimate test of endurance when a truck full of children ran over his stomach and remained there on his stomach for minutes at a time. I think it's rude, and children shouldn't be allowed to drive trucks, frankly. Anyway, Owens walked away from the stunt with internal bleeding and several broken ribs, but he lives to this day and is now referred to as the human speed bump. Herbert Nitsch holds the record for the largest depth in no limits diving, when he descended 800 meters deep by the Greek coast. While ascending, he lost consciousness and the depth triggered a series of small strokes within him, which has now damaged his ability to write, speak and remember basic things. Regardless, he'd still survived something that frankly should have killed him. In 2012, Canadian thrill seeker Nick Wallenda made history when he tightroped from the United States of America to Canada via a wire suspended over Niagara Falls. The stunt took over 40 minutes and defined Wallenda as one of the greatest stuntmen of the 21st century.